but what's actually happening in those sessions, as I can attest to, that most people don't really realize.
The death of our son shaped me to have to really look inside and say, okay, that woman, she's no longer here. But this woman here, how can she help other women to see that it is okay to take on a new identity? When they see their images, that's who I want to be. And I'm like, that's who you've always been. You just needed someone to pull that out of you. But when I say the woman I was died with him, that led me to actually get rid of apathy and take on empathy for women who are grieving not just lost souls or people, but a lot of women grieve losing themselves.
Yeah.
This is something for women to come in here and have this experience, because although I lost a child, you could have lost a relationship, the end of a career that you thought was going to be yours forever. You could have lost a friendship. You could have lost your self-image because you don't look the way you used to.
When did you realize it was more than photography? It was transformation.
You know,
welcome to the HBW Podcast, your front row seat to Houston's most elite and ambitious women, and the blueprint behind what it actually takes to build, sustain, and lead with confidence and authority. I'm Ema Poi, and today's guest is known as Houston's photographer for ambitious professionals. She's also known for helping women see themselves in a way that they may have never seen before: confident, powerful, and fully themselves. She's taken that experience and built a brand that doesn't just capture images, but shifts how women see themselves. Here's the confidence catalyst, Gala Bethany. Welcome to the show.
thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Oh, I am too. I think more than you. So we branded you the confidence catalyst. Where does that name come from?
Well, this is what I feel. Every single person has confidence within. And as you know, the definition of a catalyst is something that makes something become a little bit quicker or bring it out.
Yes.
So I don't profess to be someone who gives you confidence. You have it, but sometimes it needs to be brought out. So I'm going to be the catalyst to bring that out of each and every person that comes to the GBS studio for a GBS experience.
Come on, GBS. I appreciate that. So your work, talking about the GBS experience, helping women to see themselves differently. When did you realize it was more than photography? It was transformation.
You know, women tend to tell me after the session, and it usually starts with how they enter versus how they exit. I photographed you. You could probably speak to this.
I can.
But we'll talk about that in a minute. But the way I knew that this was more than just taking photos or pictures is when you have someone come into the studio, they're not so sure about themselves. I've even had people say they didn't feel pretty. I'm not photogenic. All the objections you can think about, right?
Yes.
My hair's not right, this, that, and the other. But once they leave my studio, they're ready to take on the world.
Yeah.
And that is probably just an understatement. It's a transformative experience because I've had people tell me when they see their images, that's who I want to be. And I'm like, that's who you've always been. You just needed someone to pull that out of you. And so I am just here to make sure that those feelings or the person you thought you lost, she's not lost. She's just wandering around. She needs to be redirected and brought to the finish line.
Yeah, so you mentioned my experience, and I appreciate you saying that because it's not hogwash. Ms. Gala, I'm not a photogenic person. It takes like 100 photos for me to get a good 2. And when I told her, she's like, oh, girl, whatever. So she just pushed whatever I set aside and said, no, I got you. And got me, she did. You, to date, it's my most favorite and most memorable and most impactful session I've ever had literally doing headshots ever. The sessions are so intentional and really produces beautiful photos. So I appreciate that because it does start when you come in and before you leave. So love that.
I appreciate the testimonial. I'm glad that it was something that touched you.
It was. Thank you very much. So again, from the outside, people see the beautiful photos, right? But what's actually happening in those sessions, as I can attest to, that most people don't really realize?
You You get the chance to just be you.
Mm.
Do I guide you in posing? Yes.
Yes,
But
you do.
everyone does not get the same exact pose because every pose is not for everybody. Everyone's body is different. Their
Mhm.
personality is different. And I always ask this question: what are the 3 to 5 words you want
do.
people to think
You
of
do.
when they see your images? So if that's not strong and powerful,
Mm.
I'm not going to have you cross your arms.
Of course.
Because now you may not want the unapproachable look. You may want to come off as approachable, fun, someone who is passionate. And so posing revolves around the words you told me. As a photographer, I can pose you upright, left down.
Mm-hmm.
However, if that's not in line with how you want to be perceived to the world, what value is it up to you?
True.
So what's going on is we're letting you express yourself as who you truly are in this moment. And I think people need to remember, I'm not photographing who you thought you were 20 years ago.
Of course.
In high school, or when you first got out of college, or when you were your skinniest, because most of us are not there right now. And so you have to accept what is, love what is, face it, align with it, and say, how do I want to be perceived right now in this point in my life?
Very true. No, I appreciate that. Speaking of which, who you are right now. Now, you've been through something very difficult and it's shaped who you are. How has that even shown up in your business of what you think your identity is now?
Well, let me first preface by saying the difficulty that you're referring to is the loss of my son to childhood cancer.
Yes.
In 2016, he was 2 weeks after his 6th birthday. The woman I was when he died with him. So as a woman or someone who's a mother or wanting to be a mother, let that sit, because when your identity dies, you feel purposeless.
Yeah.
You feel like, I have no hope. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I still here? Do I even want to be here?
Correct.
All these thoughts run through your head. If it were not for my husband, he is my biggest cheerleader, my best friend, and my life partner.
Yeah.
He said, why don't you pick up a camera and photograph people? I said, why? And he was like, you've always had a really good eye for light and how you compose photographs. And I have a box of pictures, y'all, from 9th grade all the way up until I think like 2008, where I just took photos of things, and I still have these pictures. But when I say the woman I was died with him, that led me to actually get rid of apathy and take on empathy for women who are grieving not just lost souls or people, but a lot of women grieve losing themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's when I knew, I think this is something for women to come in here and have this experience. Because although I lost a child, you could have lost a relationship, the end of a career that you thought was going to be yours forever. You could have lost a friendship. You could have lost your self-image because you don't look the way you used to. There are people that I've photographed breast cancer survivors. They've lost themselves.
Of course.
But there's a new person that they have to get to know. And so that is how the death of our son shaped me to have to really look inside and say, okay, that woman, she's no longer here. But this woman here, how can she help other women to see that it is okay to take on a new identity?
Absolutely. No, it's so important. And that message needs to be shouted from the rooftop, Gala.
Yes.
Honestly, I appreciate that. We appreciate that here, HBW. And speaking of that, because you do not just take photos, right? A lot of photographers do, which is not a knock to them, but you like to build experiences. So from a business standpoint, how does that differ?
Because I connect from the very first inquiry. I am never going to send you a gallery. I'm never going to send you a price sheet. It's not transactional. I need to get to talk to you on the phone or on video chat.
That is true. And I did not want to be on video.
I know. And it's okay if you turn your camera off, but at least get to see my energy. If you're not comfortable being on camera, that is totally normal, but you're going to be on there when you come in the studio. But I have to get to know the person from an energy standpoint. We may not align. And if that's the case, I don't want just a sale. I want you to feel like, you know what? I dig her.
Okay.
I can relate to her. Or I feel like I'm comfortable with her. If you are not, release and bless and let go. Because it's not about money. Of course, we have to pay our bills. We want to build our businesses, but if someone is not a good fit for me or I'm not a good fit for them, I am so happy actually referring you to someone who I may think is.
Okay.
So that's the difference in providing an experience. Get to know, why do you want this?
Yes.
Is the number one question. This is about you. It's really not about me. What is special about these images? Have you met a milestone? Are you building something? Are you ready for reclamation is the number one thing. Okay. Because whether it's a headshot or a full branding session or a full beauty session or a boudoir session, I want you to release whatever you're holding on to, because there are some insecurities that you walk into my studio with.
Of course.
Lots of objections, right?
Of course.
I want that wall to be crushed by the end of the session.
Come on, crushing. Crush to build, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So we're talking about your session. So walk us through what happens in your session from when the client walks in to when they walk out. You're very intentional. So what are you intentionally creating for each session?
I am creating a space that is free of judgment.
Okay.
And perfect example, when you walk through the door, I'm taking your things. You just need to sit down, have a glass of something, whether it's sparkling or flat, have a glass of something. The makeup artist, if you have a full custom session, she is there to take care of you, to pamper you, and to listen to how you want your look.
Okay.
The second thing is, whenever you are done with your makeup, I want to know, outside of the presence of the artist,
yes,
do you like what you see?
Okay.
Because if you're like, you know what, these eyebrows really aren't me, I want to fix it, because they need to be you. It's not a hurried process. I have, my sessions are 3 hours for a custom session.
Oh,
I will only take 1 client in a day, and I will only take 6 clients in a month.
Very intentional.
Because we're going to talk to each other more than just you coming in for your session.
Okay.
So inquiry, we're a good match.
Okay.
Great, let's book your session. Second meeting, we have a wardrobe and concept call.
Okay.
If you're wanting to develop art for your home, I come to you. We take a look at everything in the house. What kind of framing do you want?
Oh, wow.
We go really detailed.
Love that.
Once you come for your session and we're done with that, then you get to choose your images live with me. If I just drop a gallery in your lap, you're going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's true.
And so I'm like, hey, these 5 images, which ones do you like? And you start naming them off. Now, once we get to what you've selected, sometimes you've gotten some that look similar.
Yeah.
Well, hey, these 2 are the same. Let's take this one off. So I'm helping you. This is a very customized process. And so that is the difference between snap, snap, snap. Here's your gallery. I'm even asking you, is there anything you would like for me to enhance, leave alone, take away, add for editing purposes? Okay. Very soft retouching and editing. But like I said, I want you to be in the driver's seat of this experience.
I love that.
Hello. Oh my gosh, Emma. So our annual Women's Summit returns this September, reimagined for an unforgettable evening experience.
Wait, you're serious? Something new is on the horizon.
Y'all, you don't want to miss this event. This year, we're bringing an amazing celebration with panelists, vendors, and a mini fashion show.
Last year, over 250 women came specifically for this event. The summit's gonna be amazing. You don't wanna miss out. There's no FOMO on this one.
Intentionality is lacking these days. And that's why you see a shift in people, in relationships, right? That shift sometimes comes from inner workings and what we tell ourselves. So what is something that clients come in believing about themselves that you know is not true?
The number one thing that came out of your mouth is that they're not photogenic.
Well, mine is true, but
no, it's not. And people believe that because they're not typically guided during a session.
Yeah, your guidance is A1.
Yeah, what do we do? Smile, snap, snap, snap. We got 90 photos of us with that hand on the hip.
Absolutely.
And it's comfort. But I need you to get out of your comfort zone for growth, because you're going to see, I may coach you through a pose that you're like, this feels weird, but it's going to look amazing.
Oh, yes.
You're like, this doesn't feel right. It's okay. Wait till you see the image.
The pose that that we ended up choosing,
it felt real wrong.
I would have never in my life posed like that, ever.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, we're going with that. So no, you're very, very true. It's very true.
So that's the number one thing. People think they're not photogenic, but I tell them that's not your job, it's mine.
I love that. I appreciate that too.
Of course.
So what's something that you do intentionally that protects the quality of your client experience? And I'm big on client experience, so I definitely want to hear this.
Well, number one is for me to listen to the client.
Mm.
And, I'm only an authority in certain parts of this experience. I'm authority on the camera, the lighting, some of the posing. However, I'm going to ask you, are there any poses that inspired you that you may have seen that you want to replicate?
Okay.
Because I may have missed that, or I may not. I even ask people to start Pinterest boards. Hey, start a Pinterest board, add me. Let's see what is your vision.
Okay.
The more that I can see it, the more that I can make sure you and I are on the same page.
Got it.
And so that's important because there are tons and tons and tons of photographers, and a lot of photographers sometimes can be very introverted. They love the art, but maybe not the dealing with the client so much.
Yes.
Which a lot of photographers may not pick up the phone and call you. I'm going to call you. If you send me a message and say, hey, I would like to know about this, I'm going to say, hey, is it okay if I call you? Okay. Just so we can make that connection. But making sure that you're in the driver's seat. Are we on the same page? And is this, and I always show previews of the session in my camera so you can know you're doing a great job. There's nothing more gut-wrenching than taking photos, not knowing what they look like until a week and a half later. I hate them. But if I'm like, look at this, and you're like, I love that. Great. So now, guess what happens at that point? When they say they love it, they turn up.
It's true.
Now they're Beyonce.
It's
now we have attitude. Now we're photogenic, And I do that on purpose because you come in guarded, you come in nervous, you come in stiff. Girl, look at your skin. Look how good you look. I know, right? And then they just go into this space. That is the reclamation that I bring out.
Come on, reclamation. She said, I'm reclaiming my time.
You got to reclaim it.
I love it because that alone would kind of catalyze your confidence, right?
Absolutely.
But
it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I just give you a little
bit. So Gala, you did discuss the loss of your son, and I appreciate your vulnerability. And again, sorry for hearing that. I know it's not anything, but I do want you to know that we are there empathizing with you. I
appreciate it.
So building a business is already hard. How has that experience been for you in building a business after that? What does that look like for you?
It's a roller coaster. But it's a roller coaster that's dropping up and down and trending up.
Okay. Come on, trending up. Trending up is important.
It's trending up because in the very beginning, when you start a business, you have no idea what you're doing. You don't know. And you'll never 100% say, I know exactly what I'm doing to perfection because it doesn't exist.
Facts.
But you can get the majority of it and say, I've got systems in place. I know how to do this. I have time management. I have delegation. So for me, in the beginning, it was difficult to find where my lane was for my personality and my story and who I wanted to connect with. So I was taking everything. Cake smash. You want, my 2-year-old, she want to smash a cake. Okay, bring her in. Bring her. And now I'm like, okay, I love the babies, but that's not my mission. So building this business, building Gala Bethany Studio required a lot of resonance and just not stopping. Okay. Especially when you're grieving. Because let's say this, the grief never stops. It gets easier to cope with, and you learn coping strategies, and you learn how to sit with your emotions and actually feel them. Okay. Before I used to bottle them up. Everything's fine. I'm fine. And everyone's like, you're so strong. But you don't know how crazy I am when I get home. And then the grief has slapped me in the face.
It's true.
and told me that I didn't deserve X, Y, and Z. So building this business has been a combination of feel the feelings, address them, tell them they can stay for a few minutes, and then they got to go. And that roller coaster continues for the rest of my life because I will never go a day without thinking about our son.
Yes.
But on the business side of things, getting to know new people, building relationships, talking to women who feel just like me, maybe in a different way, is what has kept me going, for sure. 100%.
Very important. Very important. So speaking of that, what is something that you would want people to know about showing up consistently, even when it's hard, and what that can do for your business?
So I did a series on Instagram called 30 Days to a More Confident You.
Okay.
I had to show up on camera 30 days in a row. Okay. I forgot one. I fell asleep.
So not 29 days ago.
I didn't batch create. Okay. But my point being, there were days that I did not want to show up on camera.
Of course.
I did not want to share a message because, as you know, the feelings are up and down, depending on which part of your cycle you're in or all the other things, right?
Maybe.
But my message to anyone is showing up consistently. You show up even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
You know why? Because that's human.
Yeah.
But don't try to show up perfectly. If you don't feel like it, say that. Because more people can relate, especially content creators, people who are building a business online.
Yeah.
They don't want to show up all the time. And that's okay. Say, hey guys, you know what? Today is not my day. It's been a Monday, but I'm here for you guys. Who else is struggling today? Just connect with people. Just show up. Okay. Even when you don't feel like it, because I have never shown up and said, I regret that.
Okay.
It's like going to the gym, right? You go, you don't want to go.
That is true.
But when you leave,
you feel good about it.
You feel good.
It's
You're like,
true.
I feel so good that I went. But you may sit in that car for 25 minutes in the parking lot, like, oh.
Or half an hour.
Or an hour. Who knows? My headphones are dead. I don't think I can do this.
Any excuse.
Exactly.
No, that's actually very true. No,
just
very
show up.
important.
Just do it.
If you've been watching this show, I'm sure you're wondering, I have a story to tell. Well, guess what? We want to hear it.
The HBW Podcast and magazine are looking for Houston women who are building something, leading something, and creating something. So business owners, corporate leaders, creatives. If your story has your blueprint on it, then there's a seat at the table for you.
That's right. If you know that visibility is your next level, a part of your strategy, and you want to showcase your story, your business, this is an opportunity for you to join and share that. Go ahead and find that link in the description below. Now, let's get back to today's episode.
Okay, so showing up, just do it. But what about the women who do not feel confident on camera? What can you tell them right now as they're listening to you? They're saying, well, Gala, I hear all that and it sounds great, but I still don't feel confident on camera. How do you help them?
Get on camera, but don't post it yet, and watch it back and listen to your voice.
Say that again.
Get on camera.
Okay.
Watch yourself in silence. Mute it.
Okay.
Just watch yourself because you need to get used to how your face looks.
Okay.
Then you're going to watch it with sound because most people hate the sound of their voice.
Let me tell you.
The more you see and hear something, the more you can accept it. Why do you think ads work? They're going to spam you until you say, you know, I think I'm going to buy that.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So spam yourself and let you be the ad.
Okay, spam yourself.
Get on camera. I don't care how many takes you have to do. Watch it back, watch it back, watch it back. Listen to your voice. You're going to find something that you want to post. And then once you've done that enough, just hit record and post it in Instagram or TikTok or wherever. Just post it. We don't have to be perfect.
Just post. So we have 2 t-shirts that are coming soon. Just post
and
spam yourself.
Yes.
Are you listening? Spam yourself. I love it. So if you're spamming yourself and you know that there's a woman out there, she's trying to rebuild and she's listening to you right now, but she's been through something difficult. What can you tell her to help her move from surviving to thriving?
You know what? You won't always feel like you're thriving, but you've got to look at from beginning to now, where have you gone? If you have experienced what you think is a major decline, there's nothing wrong with seeking professional help. Please do. It's there for you.
Yes.
You know, it took me 2 years to even book one therapy session after the death of my son. I was not accepting that. Okay. So to that woman, just keep going. And if you're feeling like, you know what, I think I've made a little progress is better than nothing.
Facts.
You have to look at how far you've come. Because let me tell you, my first session that I ever photographed, I'm ashamed.
Ashamed?
I'm ashamed.
Why ashamed?
Because I look at how much my work has improved, how it's grown, how I've learned studio lighting, how I have my own signature lighting, my own signature secret sauce that I put on each photograph that I created. And it's like, ooh, what were we doing? But guess what? I'm proud of myself that I didn't quit. And that was in 2019.
And we're not going to expose you to that ashamed session.
No.
Of course not.
No, we will not.
They're all great. They're all great.
That's right. They loved it.
That's what's important.
That's what mattered.
That's all that matters. So for the woman who's building a business and it's rooted in purpose, yours is rooted in purpose. My business is rooted in a purpose. We are purpose-driven women. What does she need to understand about the responsibility that comes with that?
You have to know that you are responsible for dismissing what is not true
Ah.
and accepting what is. And
Say it
that's
again, please.
Dismiss what's not true, accept what is true.
Mm.
There are no failures, there are only lessons. I know
Mm.
that's cliche, but it is true,
Mhm.
right?
It's mind shift, right?
It's a mind shift. You have to have an open mindset.
Yeah.
You've got to drop certain parts of your pride. Be proud of who you are, but don't be too proud to learn a lesson and say, you know what, I probably shouldn't have done that.
yeah.
Or how can I do this differently? And the biggest one is take the advice or the feedback from your clients. They are your lifeline. They are the reason you have a business. If clients are complaining about something or expressing their concern, you need to address that.
Mm.
Because without them, you don't have a business.
Client experience. It's important. People, it's important.
It is.
So real quick, before we wrap things up, because you've been so great, we could literally stay here all day.
We could.
But there's something that my husband always says, and I want to see your perspective and your business and what you do. So if I say something like, oh, honey, I have a headache, he's like, okay, well, headache it back. Or, oh man, my head hurts. It's like, well, hurt it back. So he doesn't believe in letting something control you or letting something affect you negatively. What is your hurt it back moment when you've been in business like, oh man, that didn't feel good? What was your, I'm going to hurt it back moment?
I had someone tell me when I was starting this business, I opened up to someone about what I wanted to offer. They asked me, well, how much will it cost? And this, and the other. And I'm going over all my dreams that I have written down and planned out. And she said, oh, nobody will ever pay for that.
Haha.
No one's ever going to pay you that. I wouldn't. And I said,
Your friend?
it kind of hurt me, right? But then I said to myself, I got to keep blinders on because this is my vision. You've got people out here paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for things, not even experience, just things.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't someone want to pay me what they value? And that's the thing. They're going to pay for what they value.
Correct. Very true.
So if you're providing value, you price yourself accordingly because we all have bills to pay. We have dreams. We have things we want to build, and so that was I'm proud to say that they pay me way more than I told you then.
Well, sorry to this man, whoever said it. Man, woman, it's just a phrase. But I'm proud of you for knowing your worth. And again, they just might not be your client.
And that is what I had to remember. I took it personally in the beginning, but as the years went by, I'm thankful for that conversation because it just fueled me to provide more value.
Nice.
For the people who are my people.
So it was effective.
It was very
like you
effective.
said, it wasn't a failure, it was a lesson.
Yeah.
And it catapulted you.
It did.
I love it. All right. It's our HBW 3 questions, 30 seconds each. We're going to start the timer. Are you ready?
I think.
I'm going to ask again, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. So, what's one belief about confidence that you had to unlearn?
Confidence does not equal being, what is the word I'm looking for? See, you gave me that timer. Confidence does not equal vanity. It's different.
All right. I like it. You hear that? You can be confident and not vain. What's something women think they need before they're ready, but actually don't?
Weight loss.
I was expecting that.
Because when you die, are they going to say, I don't think she lost that 25 pounds for her? No, they don't remember that.
Gala, please, not today.
Today and every day.
Gala, not today.
Mm-hmm.
That is hilarious. But I believe you. It's true. I mean, a little weight loss doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt, but it shouldn't stop you.
Got it. Okay. Last but not least, what's one trait every woman who steps into her power has in common?
Dang, you got me with that one.
Okay, good.
You answered that last one a little too
Yeah,
fast.
weight loss.
Can you repeat the question? Repeat that question.
What's one trait every woman who steps into her power has in common?
Untouchableness.
Ooh, untouchableness.
Yep.
All right, just for this little question, I'm going to let you emphasize. What do you mean by that? Elaborate.
Once you really step into your confidence and purpose, and look, I just turned 40. And guess what?
Come on, 40.
I don't give a 40. So
look into that camera right there.
You just
right there. Say, I don't give a 40.
Give a 40.
I don't give a 40.
You start to get to a place as you step into your confidence that other people's perceptions should just bounce off of you. Should ricochet.
Yeah,
at this
yeah. Oh,
point.
yes. Oh, yeah.
Because when you're finding yourself in your 20s, you're trying to fit in.
Mm.
You get into your 30s and you're doubtful.
Mm-hmm.
You get into your 40s and you like, okay, this messed up, but we'll fix it later or we'll figure it out. And from what I'm hearing, the 50s is where it's at.
I'm hearing the same thing, and I'm not too far from that.
Nah, you're far. You're
I'm
far
not
from
too
that.
far.
Yeah.
I love that. It's true about your 20s, definitely
Yeah.
about the 30s. 40s is where it's at. So, y'all.
You just start to feel way more confident. And so everyone else's ideas, perceptions, she thinks she this, she thinks she's that. Why is she so bougie? Why? I don't care.
I literally don't.
Thank you for noticing.
I
Thank you for
literally don't.
noticing.
It's funny you said that as we wrap up. My mom, it was in kindergarten, and my mom was at home, and I came back saying, I was like, oh, Mom, this girl said that I think I'm this and I think I'm that. She goes, no, tell her you think I'm this. And
Exactly.
I was like, aha. It was very much an aha moment. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's true.
Yes.
They're projecting.
Projecting.
So what we want to project is confidence.
Yep.
And Gala is your girl for a confidence boost. All right. So thank you so much, Gala.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure. We are so glad to have you.
I'm happy
And
to
in
be
your
here.
partnership with HBW.
Yes.
You're not seeing the last of her. So we will see you soon. Stay tuned.